Alright, Shalom, Lord Christ. Salaki, my dad. We had some technical difficulties. We got an Isupk start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. This is the Isupk Florida Hebrew class. I'm your host, also 50 Hapak, and we're going to go over the Syrian and the Paleo Hebrew. You understand? We're going to start out like we do every week. We're gonna start out with the characters. We don't know who's new. We don't know who been here. You know what I'm saying? So everything is gonna be as if, you know what I'm saying, nobody know nothing. Fresh, clean slate. So, you know what I mean? First thing we're gonna do, you know what I'm saying, is I wanna give a shout out to the brothers. Uh Shalom Yahweh, Shalom Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shabbat, and salute to the sisters, Yahweh Shemal, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, and we're gonna get right into it, man. All right. I type a one in the chat if you can hear me, or if I need to speak up, y'all let me know. All right. All right. All right. So lock it. All right. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the Assyrian. I don't know about y'all. Sometimes, sometimes different Hebrew characters are easier for some and difficult for others. You know what I mean? I always have a little bit more issues with the Syrian. The Paleo is a lot easier for me. But yeah, we're gonna start with the Syrian. Yeah, give me 1 second. All right. First off, we're gonna start with the first character. First character. is R, right? R. Kind of look like an X, right? X with some tail points on the end of it, right? That's the R. First character of the Syrian alphabet. Everybody that's on here, I hope y'all got your notebooks, you know what I'm saying, your notepads, flashcards, or whatever, you need so that you can memorize this stuff in your free time. All right. So when I come back next week, I'm gonna be quizzing y'all, man. We're gonna be doing a straight quiz. We've been on here a couple weeks going over these characters. I want to see if anybody been studying or who know what. All right. So first character in the alphabet is A, right? Second, Ba. Now I don't know if you can see it, but it extends a little bit, right, at the bottom here, right? It don't just go straight down and corner off. All right. It extends a little bit on the bar. That's very important to be able to tell. For right now, I'm going to exaggerate it a little bit, right? But I'm going to exaggerate it. It ain't really that long, but it's for you to understand that there is a corner line that goes past that this line up here, right? And that's very important because some of these characters look similar to each other, right? You don't want to be confused, right? So this is the ba. And remember to look out for this little corner, right? In order to determine which character you're looking at. If you can hear me in the chat, press 1. If you can't hear me, let me know. All right. That's the bar. Like I said, we're going over the Syrian first, then we're going over the Paleo. All right. Bree Vassar. All right, Shalom. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback. All right. So that's the second character. So far, we got A and Ba, right? This is Ba. This is our second character. We're going to move on to the third character. We don't have a whole lot of time. We had some technical difficulties, and that kind of messed with our time. So we're going to keep it moving, right? Remember, on the Ba for the Assyrian, you want to go, you know what I'm saying? But you want to make sure that you have this little tail on it because there is another character that looks similar to this, and you want to be able to tell the difference, right? All right. The next character. Ga. Ga. Right? Kind of look like almost like a little stick man. A little bit. Right? God. Right? That's pretty simple. Right? All right, we're gonna move on. I'm assuming that everybody got the God. We're gonna move on to the Da, right? Da, right? Put it up here. We're gonna move on to Da. 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 And it's the same, Da is the same concept as the Ba, right? There is a line that crosses in the back, right? Why is this important? Because there is another character that looks similar to this, and you don't want to be confused. You want to understand and know which character you actually looking at. Understand? Da looks like a half of a box, if you will, right? And the end comes out, protrudes out the back a little bit, right? That's the Da, right? You don't make it like crazy looking, you know what I mean? You don't want it way over here and there like that. You know, you don't want to do all like that. You just want to keep it to where you can tell the difference, right? Right up off the difference. You know what I'm saying? That's your Da. You'll see what I'm talking about in a little bit. We're gonna move over to the next character. And some of these characters have multiple, I won't say multiple, but they have either some of these characters have one or two different ways of spelling them out. So we're gonna do every way to spell out these characters tonight, right? So our next our next character is Ha, right? Ha. I don't want you to get confused and put it down a little bit. I just wanted to separate it. There you go. Ha. That space right here is important. You know, all of these, every character doesn't have another character that looks like it, but there are a few that does. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you write them down correctly. You know, putting this in your pad, your notepad, or your flashcards. You making note of it, because when it comes time to read these characters, you know what I'm saying, it will get frustrating for you, or will be hard for you, because you're not really able to tell the difference on some of these characters, right? So you got the Ha, right? Very easy, simple. You'll see why that space is there. You know what I'm saying? When we get to another character that looks like it, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna move on. Going from the Ha to Wa, right? Wa. It's like a slanted 7, You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even, it's not a long, not like a long tail on there, nothing like that. Let me do it a little better. Right? It's not a long tail on there, but it's like a slanted 7, right? That's the walk, right? And it should be a little more slanted than that, kind of like that, kind of like that. Walk. All right, we're gonna move on to the next character. Right. Our next character is Za. Za. Simple. Look just like a T, but a little slanted a little bit at the top. The cross of the T is a little slanted. You understand? That's Za. All right. Now from there, let's see what we got so far. We got Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, and Za. Right? So the next one is Ka, right? Which is different from Ka. You have Ka and you have Ka, right? One has a CH, kind of like popcorn stuck in your throat or something like that. And the other one is like a hard K, right? This is the CH, the Ka, right? So we're going to put this shit up here. Better than this. Ka. As y'all can see, the end protrudes a little bit on the Ka, right? It's lucky. I'll give me a second. Ka. Right? Now that's important because there's another character that looks like the Ka, right? And you don't want, like I said, even when pronouncing it, you want to be thorough in your pronunciation because you don't want ha or ha to sound like ka, right? It sounds similar like ha, but there's a big difference, right? There's a big difference. The next alphabet we're gonna go to, and that's like, y'all can see it. Line, come out the side a little bit. You don't want it to go all the way down the road or nothing like that. But you know what I mean? You do want it to be noticeable, right? That is a distinct character, right? And not an accident, right? The next character, Ta. Ta. Looks like a T with a long tail on it. You know what I'm saying? Ta. Ta. Right? So far, we've done Ah, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ha, and Ta. Right? Ha, Ta. Right? Say it look like a T. Right? Now the next one is the easiest, I believe, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, right? Fact. Yeah. When you're looking at yeah, it looks like a apostrophe almost, you know what I'm saying? You'll see a whole bunch of characters written out, and then when you see the ya, you'll see it up. So you'll see characters, you know what I mean? Like it look like I'm just gonna put X for characters, right? Just for random characters. But so it'll be boom, boom, yeah, boom, boom, right? So when you're looking at a word and you see the characters, the different characters, and then you come to Yah, you'll see it up like an apostrophe, very small, and then you'll see the rest of the word. Or maybe it's at the end of the word, but wherever it is, it'll be up small like an apostrophe, right? Yah, right? Yah. Pretty simple, right? Our next character is Ka. It's the Ka with the hard K, right? Ka, right? Ka. Now this also has another derivative of its spelling. Now these derivatives happen when they differ. Like it depends on if the character is at the beginning of a word or the middle or end of a word. It may look different, right? It just depends on where it is in the word, right? So ka with the hard K, ka, right? Is derivative its derivative. I'm gonna put it over here. We got ka, and then we have ka, right? Y'all see that? It's like a 7 going down. 7 going down a ways, right? Same character. Same letter, just a different derivative of that letter because of where it's placed in the word. Understand? Ka, ka. Like it get tricky, you know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all put that in your notes. And this is one of the characters that has a derivative. There's a few of them that have derivatives. And we're gonna be working on those tonight as well, going over those tonight as well. No sweat. Don't worry about it. I got y'all, man. Right? We're gonna move on to the next character, right? If y'all, I'm sure y'all got that. We're gonna move on to the next character. Next character. La. La. Looks like a 7 on steroids. That's what it looked like to me, anyway. You know what I mean? You got a little, what looks like a ya going into a 7, right? That's what it looked like to me. La. La. So far, we got a, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, right? La. La. I'll give y'all one more second, try to get that down. If y'all need me to do it a little bolder, you know what I mean? Y'all can't really see it, you know what I mean? Y'all let me know. This markers kind of go out on me a little bit. So y'all just let me know. We feed off each other, you feel me? All right, we're going to move on to the next character. We don't want to run out of time. So Salakia, we want to get through both the Syrian and the Paleo. So if I'm moving a little fast, you know what I mean? Salakia. All right. The next character. Ma. Ma. And it should be down a little ways. Ma. Ma. This also has another character that it looks like, right? So I'm gonna put it on the side. In fact, I'm gonna just do that. Right. Ma. Those are the two ways the Ma look. One looks like kind of like a triangle-ish, kind of. You know what I mean? With the tail out the back. You know what I mean? Or a horn, whatever. Not really a tail, more like a horn. And the other, which you'll most likely see at the beginning of a word, um, looks more like a square shape, like a box kind of. You know, it's the mark. Now this character is very confusing if you don't know the difference with another character we have coming up. So what you want to do is make sure that you understand that it is a box shape, because there's another character that looks similar, but it is different. You understand what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead. I'm sure y'all got that. Salakia. Don't have the little paleo flashcards. What's that? I got flashcards of the Syrian. I don't have the paleo flashcards. That's all right. Since we're gonna be going over the paleo tonight too. As soon as we get through this alphabet of the Syrian, we're gonna be going over the paleo. Right? We're gonna go through it all. Don't worry. I got you. All right. All right. So we got the Ma. The next character is Na, right? And this also has two different derivatives. Right? Now, if you remember the ka, it looks similar to the ka, but it doesn't have um, these are the ends are not as long, like it's shorter, right? With the ka, it was much more longer, right? The arms extended much longer. But with the na, it looks similar to the ka, but the arms are much shorter, right? And the derivative is looks like a 7 as well, right? The derivative looks like a 7 as well, but it doesn't have a long arm, right? Y'all get that down. All right. Moving on to the next character. The next character Sup. It's a Sup. They do it better than this. Spock. Right. It's almost like a circle with a stem on it. It's the best way I can explain it. Sup. Right. Almost. It's a little bit more ovally. More like that. That's the Sa. Right? And that's why it's important, to be able to differentiate the Ma and the Sa, because the Ma looks similar, except it's squared off. It has more of a square shape to it. And the Sa is more circle shape to it, if you will. Right? So we're going to move on from the Sa. So let's see how many characters or what characters we've done so far. So we got A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, right? So our next character has to be what? I, right? It has to be I. Right? I. I. Now, I doesn't have any derivatives, but it does look somewhat similar to another character that we will be going over in a very short while. Right? I. Right? I think y'all got that. We're gonna move on. And it's basically like a Y. A Y with I don't know, a lid or a cap on it. I don't know however you want to describe it, but that's what it is. Like a Y with uh, a lid on top of each stem, if you will. Right. The next character. This character has two different derivatives. Pa. 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 Right? One looks like an upside down G. The other looks like a 7. It looks mostly like that, but except with it doesn't have that bottom tail. You know what I'm saying? The paw, right? And you remember, you will see these. You can see both of these in a word. It just depends on what part of the word it's in, right? You might see this derivative, you know what I'm saying, because it's at the beginning of a word, or you might see this derivative because it's in the middle or the end of a word, right? So you got to pay attention to what you're looking at, you know what I mean? And that would be the reason why you would see different derivatives of the same character inside of a word. You don't want to be confused. You know, you're still looking at the same character. You know what I mean? It's basically like an uppercase and a lowercase. You know what I mean? You don't put uppercase letters in the middle of a sentence or in the middle of a word. You put them at the beginning of the words. You know what I'm saying? And you put the lowercase in the middle or the end of the words. You know what I'm saying? That's basically how that, you know, same principle, right? So that's the pa, right? We're gonna move on to the next character. And our next character also has two derivatives. Right? Like Taza, Taza, right? Two derivatives of the same character, right? Why? Because one is at the beginning and one is either in the middle or the end of a word, right? Taza, right? Taza reminds you of a Z a little bit, has a tail like it's a Z. It's like a Y, like a hybrid Y, a Y or something like. It looks like a backwards Y with a Z tail on it, and then this one just looks like a backwards Y, you know. And of course, they have caps on the top of them. You know what I mean? Taza, Taza, right? I give y'all like another second on that. Taza. All right. Moving on to the next character. The next character is a little better than that. Qua. 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 Kind of looks like a P, but it doesn't connect, right? Or you can say like a R with a small leg. However you want to, you know, go by it. You know what I'm saying? Qua. All right. Qua. Y'all got it? We're gonna move on. All right. It's the quad. Our next character is the Ra. Ra. I was telling y'all at the beginning of the class that you gotta be careful because some of these characters look alike. You know, you got the Da, right? And you have the Ra. They both look very similar. What is the difference of the two? Remember, is this part right here, right? This, I'm gonna make it more straight. Feel me? More like that, right? That's the Ra. What's the difference between the Ra and the Da? If you go back and look, the Da has more of a protrudence at the end. You understand? That's what the Da has. So in order to be able to tell the difference, you take away that protrudence, right? And you have the Ra. Very simple. Moving on. All right, moving on. Sha. Sha. Looks like a W with forks, kind of like a fork, you know what I'm saying? That's bent at the top, basically, kind of, you know. Sha. 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 All right. We're gonna move on to the next character. To the last character. Thaw. 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 Now this looks similar to the Kha with the CH, the Kha, right? But the difference is it has a tail here coming out the bottom. You know what I'm saying? You'd be able to tell that way. One is more perpendicular, the other one has a bit of a, you know, what you say, tail on the end of it or a curve or whatever at the end of the, you know what I'm saying, or foot, whatever you want to call it. You know, that's the thought. So far, we've gone through the Syrian alphabet, which is the A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, qua, ra, sha, and tha. Right? So we're about to go into the paleo. See how much time we got. Oh, we got enough time. Let's go ahead and get into this paleo. All right. You got your flashcards ready, sis? We're about to go ahead and get into it. All right. First, ah, ah. I don't know if y'all can see it. I don't know if that's clear enough. If y'all can see it or not. Yeah, I'll make it a little bit more bold so you can see. Ah. It's like an A on the side, and the middle is just going straight through. You know what I'm saying? Ah. Right? Next character. Ba. 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 Right? Kind of look like, I don't know, like half an umbrella or maybe a four with a curvy tail, you know, whatever whatever your mind, helps you figure that out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the bar, right? You want to make sure that that's not uh, rounded off. Make sure that the top's not rounded off. It's more of like a triangle shape, right? So we're gonna move on to the next. Right? Give us some more space up here. God, God. It's like a slanted seven, right? Like a slanted seven. right? All right, we're gonna move on. The next character, Da. Da. Very simple. Triangle. You understand? Very simple. Da. Right? Moving on to the next. Ha. Ha. Looks like an F. Right? Ha. Ha. Like an F with three forks. Ha. A backwards F with three forks. Ha. All right. Moving on to the next character. Simple. Wa. Right? Wa. Basically, the letter is spelling out the sound. Basically. Wa. Wa. Very simple. Right? The next one is also just as simple as this one, right? Where the letter actually spells out the sound, right? So you got wa, which don't get no simpler than that. That's wa, you know what I'm saying? Wa, right? So like za, za. Ain't that the easiest one you ever seen? Za. Zigzag Z. Za. Za. So far, the characters, the paleo that we have so far is A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, and Za, right? Right? So we're going to move on. So that one is very easy. Right? Ka, ka. Not ka, ka. right? Ka, ka. Almost like a ladder, almost with three steps. You know what I mean? You got to stand on both sides, and you got three steps in the middle type. You know what I mean? Ka, ka. Oh, and I ain't tell y'all. The good thing about the paleo is there aren't derivatives. Like it is what it is. That's straightforward. You know what I mean? You don't have derivatives of uh, characters and nothing like that, right? Ka, but ka, like our next character, ta, ta, like a circle with a X in it. Ta, right? Ta. All right, moving on. Ya, 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 all right? Kind of looks like a backwards F and a Z shaped together almost, right? Yeah. All right, we're moving on. Car, car. So like a C shape with a kind of like a V in the, you know what I'm saying, in the middle in it, like a sideways V or something like that. Car, right? Car, right? So far we got A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, and Ka, right? So we're gonna move on to the next one, which is another easy one, right? La, right? Very simple. La, like an L for la. You know what I mean? Just like you had the Z for za, you know, and the Y for wa, you got an L for la, right? La, la. All right. You know, that was very simple. So we're gonna move to the next character. Ma, ma. Kind of looks like a W and a Y mixed together, right? Ma, ma, ma. All right. We're gonna move on to the next character, right? Nah, nah. Looks like a Y. Nah. Just make sure you don't round it. You know what I mean? It's more kind of like a V shape. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, it's more V, but it ain't like it's not like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to corner it. You want to kind of, kind of put a little rounding on it, but you don't want to make it like bubbly, if you will, if you understand what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Not really sharp edges, but you know, defined, right? Right. That's enough. Moving on. Sa, sa, sa. It's like a T with three different lines crossing it. Sa, like a lowercase T with three lines crossing it. Sa, sa. Right. We're gonna go to the next one. All right, we're gonna move on. The next one is pretty easy. I, I. is a circle. If you think about your eye, it's a circle. Eye, eye. All right, eye. All right, we're gonna move on. I think y'all got that one. That's pretty easy. Next character. Like, paw, paw, paw. It's similar to the Assyrian way of doing paw. If you remember the Assyrian way, it just added that, right? It made it look like a G. But in the paleo, you just take away and you got paw, right? Very similar. Paw, right? Kind of like a C, like it's more of a straight line up top, and then kind of curves out and gives a little bit more extra, you know what I'm saying, extra arm on the end of it at the bottom, right? That's paw. Our next character is our next character is kind of simple to me. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be simple to you as well. Um, Let me just go ahead and put it up. Taza, 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 right? Taza. The straight line, and it looks like a small Z of the line. Taza. All right, we're gonna move on to the next character. See, we're having some difficulties. All right, back in the game. The next character. Qual. Qual. Look like an umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Qual. Qual. Right? Qual. Right? It's pretty simple. Right? Are we gonna go to the next character in the paleo? The next character. Raw. Next character is Raw. Looks like a 4. Raw. 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 Right? That one is super easy. Right? Raw. Looks like a 4. Right? So we're gonna move on to the next one. And if you remember from the Syrian, this one is also easy because it's just like the Syrian, right? Well, let me rephrase. The Syrian is copied off of the Paleo, but it's very similar, right? This character, at least, right? Shaw, Shaw, Shaw. You remember the Syrian? It also looked like a W with like forks at the top. You know what I mean? It's the same way, except no forks. More just straight up W. You know what I mean? Shaw. It's a lot good for my voice. You know what I mean? My voice ain't up to code right now. Get through it. Shaw. The next, the final. Dog. Dog. Right? Dog. A T, slanted T, if you will. Right? Dog. Dog. All right. Dog. All right. So we have all of the characters. We got both Assyrian and Paleo, all the characters. But we got A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Right? Right? Did I say Da Wa Da? Right? Da Wa Da. Right? Right? Da Wa Da. Right? And with that, we're gonna end the class for the night. Sister Bree Vassar, I hope that helped you out. You know what I mean? Next week we're gonna be back on it again. We had some technical difficulties tonight, trying to get things up and running. Have some problems with the internet service, but next week we'll be able to actually go over and quiz, on the paleo and the Syrian. So most of the class I'm just be holding up flashcard, and y'all gonna type in the chat what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm vice versa. So that's how we gonna run it next week. But yeah, with that, we got our ISUPK. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. I want to say Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham to the brothers, and Shalom Yahweh Shamal Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. All right, Shalom.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my people. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
Payback is a dog. I'm in a hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just